Good evening, participants. How's everyone doing? To start off the year 2023, we offer you another fruitful webinar of our Academy's Knowledge Sharing Public Lecture Series, or the Aora Pulse or Nose Pulse. And before we start, let me have a system check. Can you hear my voice and can you see the screen? Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear my voice clearly and you can see the screen? Thank you so much. So tonight, our speaker will talk about the ORAN simulation for some typical use cases. One of the most interesting topics, especially for the radio frequency engineers, not only in the Philippines, but also worldwide. But before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Richard Machas, one of the course creators here in the Asia Open RAN Academy. And I'm going to formally present to you our speaker for today. But first, let's find out who is Aora, or Asia Open RAN Academy. Okay, the Asia Open RAN Academy is an activity funded by USAID as part of Biden administration's Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, or IPEF. The academy will be based in the Philippines, but will ultimately serve the entire Indo-Pacific region. So the academy is an alliance of academic, government, and industry stakeholders in the Philippines and beyond, who share a common objective: advance an open, interoperable, reliable, and secure internet and vibrant digital economy through increased cooperation, competition, and choice. So the ideation of Asia Open RAN Academy, so in the envisioning the Asia Open RAN Academy, the following principles are applied. Open education resources, so anyone can audit a course and freely access all the lectures, readings, and discussions forum in the module, and coordinated efforts to form a community of practice to pool talent, exchange knowledge, and share skills. Curriculum standards aligned to Open RAN, 3GPP, ITU, IEEE, and other standards. And of course, partnerships engendered among academics, industry, and government in the Philippines and Indo-Pacific and beyond. So we have the following strategic goals: to continuously evolve an Asian smart hub for Open RAN standards and solutions, to be a research-based academy and innovation incubator with virtual and physical laboratories, to be the technology advocate to increase awareness, and to become a cost-effective and be on time in the delivery of solutions, learning, and technology to clients, and to be financially stable. So before we start our session for today, let's have the following house rules in mind. So attend at least 48 minutes to earn a certificate of attendance. And those who will actively participate in class by asking relevant questions will be given a certificate of participation instead of certificate of attendance. And to earn a certificate of attendance or participation, you are also required to submit your feedback immediately after the session. So after the session, I will share the link for the feedback form so that you can complete it and get your certificate of attendance or participation. And it will be sent through your registered email address. So make sure that your email address is correct before the next webinar so you can receive the certificate. And only those who earned the CA or CP will be given access to webinar materials. And of course, please actively participate in all webinar activities. And most importantly, enjoy and learn today. Now let's move on to the speaker introduction. So now is the moment that you have been waiting for. So let me introduce to you our speaker for this session. So in this talk, Professor Zhang will present an ORAN network simulation obtained from RANPlan Wireless Professional for some typical use cases such as the massive MIMO optimization, QoS modeling, optimization, and industrial IoT optimization. Our speaker for today was held the chair and professor in wireless systems with the Department of Electronic and Electrical Engineering in the University of Sheffield in the United Kingdom since January 2011. He is also a founder, a board director, and chief scientific officer of Ranplan Wireless in Cambridge in United Kingdom, a public company listed in Nasdaq First North. Ranplan Wireless produces a suite of world-leading indoor and the first joint indoor-outdoor radio access network planning tool, which we call the Ranplan Professional, which is being used by the world's largest mobile operators and network vendors across the globe. Along with his students and colleagues, he has pioneered research in small cell and heterogeneous networks and published some of the landmark papers and books on these topics, widely used by both academia and industry. Since 2010, he and his team have also developed groundbreaking work in building wireless performance modeling, evaluation, and optimization, the key concepts of which were introduced in the fundamental wireless performance of a building under IEEE wireless communications. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm virtual round of applause to Professor Ji Zhang.
Thank you. Thank you, Richard. Thank you all. Thank you. I'm honored to give this talk at this event. So probably let me share my screen. That's a best introduction I have ever had. Richard, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Let me share my. You need to stop sharing, I think, Richard, before I can share my screen.
Let me just unshare my screen.
So, first of all, thank you, Richard, and also the community in Asia to give me these opportunities. I have to first of all, I had to apologize. Actually, the title is different from the abstract. So there's some of the probably there's some of the communication problem with my some colleagues. Anyway, most of this material provided by my team. So the title for this evening is O-RAN network deployment in Central London. It's a case study in Central London, but yes, by some case studies. As Richard said, that's what I do for living. So my talk today, including three parts. I think probably I can skip most of this rapid introduction because of Richard. Brilliant introduction already. So we are going to focus on case study of O-RAN deployment in Central London, and probably lastly is about wide plan for O-RAN simulation. So that's about RAN plan. One is so we as Richard already said is we are listed on Nasdaq First North. We are actually headquartered is in Cambridge, UK. We have lots of research collaborations with Cambridge University. Actually, I currently supervising 2 PhD students at Cambridge University, and we also have offices in the USA, in Texas, and also Sweden, and also Shandong. China. As because I'm a professor, so we have been involved in quite numerous, I would say, dozens of research projects funded by the European Commission in the UK's and Eurostars and CETRAS. So we have a global customer base, for example, in terms of network operators. In this, I focus on some of this in Asia, but this space is a little bit small. For example, Rakuten. Rakuten is one of the pioneers in O-RAN. So we are all the radio networks in Japan. In Rakuten's are planned by RANPlan software, and also we are part of the RCP platform as well. Other parts of Asia, for example, of course, all the 3 mobile operators in China, and also these large 2 operators in Taiwan, and also the few operators in Hong Kong across some other Asia regions as well. So probably in terms of some of the network vendors, all the top 5 network vendors and many others. as well. We are also work with some of this like iTrees. This is the one in Taiwan. This one is in Korea, and also some radio communication agencies. Radio is a kind of is kind of regulators. So in different countries. So in terms of ORAN for RAN plans, so we are going to use a RAN plan professional to plan and simulate ORAN deployment in RAN plan. So the good thing about RAN plan professional is that it can simultaneously design both in building and outdoor wireless networks in coordination. So for ORAN networks. So therefore, it is ideal for enterprise buildings, for campus, university campus, for example, and stadiums, shopping centers, factories. We have done lots of actually. We have more than 10 customers, enterprise factories customers in Japan. It's like Sumitomo, Canon, Nippon Steel, and many other shops and many others use our software to plan smart factories, mines, ports, and etc. So as we support multiple ORAN vendors, we support different ORAN devices, including RUDU and the CUs. So it is ideal for large and complex ORAN network design. Also, we support multiple wireless network KPIs. So let's have a look at so that's a quick introduction and also some quick introduction about RAN plan. And the second part of my talk is a case study. We are going to look at a hybrid scenario. This is so in terms of the size of the scenario is 5 kilometer by 5 kilometer is outdoor. So is outdoor is 25 square kilometers in central London. So we model this detailed, for example, this digital terrains, buildings, foliage, and clusters, and all this outdoor environment could be modeled in this project actually. Also, we have modeled one particular building in details. So this building you see here is including detailed building structures and also material properties in terms of radio propagation. For example, the penetration loss from interior walls or from outdoor to indoors, and etc. The reflections and also diffraction. Diffraction is mainly the let's say vertical diffractions, unlike outdoors. So we also model one BizNet as well for this particular building. So that's the scenario. 5 kilometer by 5 kilometer area in central London. So and also if you're interested in some of the indoor structures, so this is indoor, for example, the structures and structure in terms of, for example, the walls and windows, for example, and stairs. Of course, there are many columns and etc. So all these detailed building structures could be modeled as well. They have different colors, also stand for different materials and etc. So this we can model this. If you are interested in, for example, 3 buildings or 5 buildings or even hundreds of buildings in this scenario, it could be modeled in our software. So therefore, allow you to study both the outdoor and indoor networks in coordination. So this is ORAN network. For example, some of these devices. You see some of the CUs, DUs, and also these are different CU and also antennas and etc. So these users can select their, for example, the ORAN device of their choice. For example, the different windows, you can compare the performance of ORAN network from a different windows as well. Support is our software support. But in this case, is for example, this is so it's kind of the DUs and the CUs from the commercial of the shelf, some of the servers you can see from this list. Now let's look at, for example, this NEC DU and also this NEC CU. So you can see that they are EMC, this kind of servers, and this is the CPUs, this is the memories, this is this. So this is network interface and etc. and the PDAs etc. You can also see the CUs as well. And then if you look at this the other side is so this is the video. So you can see actually this is that's why it's slightly different from because they only found, I think, probably in our software at the moment, there are some of these kind of devices. It's not kind of massively malware, as I said in the abstract. So, but this if you look at this video unit, so it is the frequency is A79 duplexing TTD is support for antenna pulse MIMO is 4x4 MIMO. The power output from each antenna is 36 dBm, so or 4 watts. If 4 watts, is complies with option 7.2. This is kind of small sized and also lightweight for fast installation and deployment. So this is this radio unit is from NEC. So that we simulate this in our software. So this is the 5G new radio network piece studies. As I said, we going to simulate this 5G radios in this 79 bands. Bandwidth with the 100 vectors, and also because we can do both the outdoor and the indoors in conditions. Therefore, you can see the indoor signal leakage analysis in 3D, for example. So this particular building has installed some of this in building networks. Therefore, you can see the impact, the leakage from outdoor from indoor to outdoor. Of course, you can also see the impact of outdoor signal. For the you can in most of these buildings, you're going to using outdoor signals to provide indoor coverage apart from this one, because this one has a dedicated in building networks. So you can see around the surface of the buildings the signal strength. This is the red, actually hot. It means signal strength is higher. So the blue ones, for example, is about this one. Blue ones is about minus 120 dBm. The legend is on the next slide. So that's of course in this particular building we have dedicated indoor networks. We can also see the interference from outdoor network to in-building networks as well. So therefore, our software allow you, for example, to design the network so that to avoid pinpoint handles, for example, these are high floors like 6 floors or 7 floors and etc. So these are some of the network KPIs that can be supported in tool. At the moment is about, I think it's nearly 30s. Now we are going to mostly today we're going to look at SSRCP, RSIQ, and also some of the throughput. This is downlink throughput, PDS-CH. We are also adding to our software some of these like KPIs related to 5G new radio, for 5G new radio in terms of ORAN as well. For example, latency. So latencies and also reliabilities. It is supposed to be released, the software, by the end of January this year, but there's a slight delay. That's why I could not include in this talk, unfortunately. So it's slightly delayed by maybe 2 weeks, and so this is KPI predictions for SSR SIP in this particular scenario. As I said, you can see the legend. The red ones means its signal strength is high. It's minus is greater than minus 60 dBm, and this blue ones is this is just greater than minus 120. So it's not a very good coverage. This is the you can our software can output this statistics for example for this particular scenario. I had to clarify this is not the full region. This our engineers actually just specify some of the regions on the street about 1.5 meter levels on this main street, so mainly on this main street, and also the indoors as well. Of course, the indoors is all the for all these 7 floors, and also the basement is 1.5 meter above the floor level in these areas. And also in terms of outdoors, it has selected some of this main street. So that's statistics. So therefore, you can see nearly more than 99% of the area and the conservation has SSRSP greater than 120 dBm. So we probably let's look at those and 110 dBm is only 3%. I would say it's well more. It's just slightly above 2%. So but therefore is considered is quite good. So, and also you can study the other KPI as well. For example, RSQ, RSQs, and also PNCH throughput, and so you can see the legend. This time is different. This legend means is greater than the hot ones. The red ones is greater than 800 megabits per second. So that's is based on this the bandwidth is 100 megahertz. We're also using 4x4 MIMO. So as a simulation setup as we mentioned previously. So the next is so this is actually KPI animation. You can let's replay this video. So you can see this from a different angles. It does show you from the network predictions from different angles in this outdoors, and also you can see this in the indoors as well. For each of these floors is 1.5 meter above the floor level. So probably maybe zooming into a particular area is more interesting, I think. But anyway, you can see it's moving and also see from the different angles. So at least you see the basement is not very good coverage. Some areas in the basement, and also in some of these there's lift. So some of the areas in the lift are not very good coverage. You see here. So that's so I probably pretty quick, I think. So so why plan? So we have this kind of all-in-one headnet planning softwares. So it's only two indoor and outdoor wireless network design capabilities in one platform. So for if you are coming from representing mobile operators, for example, it achieves 30% KPI CapEx OpEx savings. If you need some of this reference, I can give you some of this, like in APAC regions. Actually, I just visited China Mobile Hong Kong just before the Christmas time, so they can provide this reference for you if you are interested to hear. Because Hong Kong, you see, is quite complex, and kind of buildings, very complex urban area. It is so it's really need good tools like run plan progression. And we have also a large winter neutral database. So we have at the moment we have more than 12,000 devices from different winters, including all these top 5. Let's see, like Huawei, Ericsson, Nokia, ZTE, Samsung, and many others. You can imagine. And you see, as we said previously. So if you are video RF engineer, we guarantee to reduce your region network design tool by 80 to 50% compared with any other software you are using at the moment. So of course, it's also more efficient by for example, manual design as well. But in the past, I would say in some of the areas, in some of the regions, people tend to, because let's say even in 4G or 3G types in particular, in previous generations, because indoor networks are not playing big roles, so we're mainly using outside-in approach. But this is no longer feasible in 5Gs or in the future as well, because we are going to using higher frequencies. So you may find that the indoor networks becomes more and more important. You cannot, for example, just using your, I would say it's quite challenging. Is still possible, but it's the quality and also the cost will be significantly higher if you're using manual designs. So it's really helps both the mobile operators, system integrators, regional network designers, and etc. We have this project. This is developed by ourselves. We have done research in video propagation, for 2 decades. So this we have this fast indoor 3D ray tracing, and also for outdoor as well. We support multiple technology system for 3G, 4Gs, 5G radios, IoTs, public safeties, and etc. Also, this dedicated support team. Maybe at this point I can share some of this there's some additional documents. For example, for this one, so I think it's going to interest you because let's see. So this is a private 5G network design for smart factories in Japan. So this is if you look at it, this is the company is called Sumitomo Tsuji Metronics. So this is kind of this is kind of this is slide the factories. There's some challenge. So reliable wireless network connections. So need to is required to maintain the seamless production process, and also this factory environment creates some of the RF design challenge. So this is the interior view of this factory buildings, and also you can see small. So there's lots of machineries and sectors to overcome the challenge of machinery and steel materials affecting signal propagations. So Sumitomo, one of these Sumitomo companies using RunPlan Professional to create digital 3D models of the environment. So this is actually the digital model of this smart factories. Let's see. So and these are like if you can would like to model some of the machineries and etc. Allow you to study this detailed video propagations and etc. The result, of course, is very accurate, and so that is with this platform, it's the way companies design and maintain their local 5G networks. The ability to precisely model the unique environment and optimize the network designs with the use of 3D IF simulations and productivity enhancing automation tools has delivered and will continue to deliver substantial time and cost savings for our customers. So that's so if I interested, you can download this. This is actually this work is induced by Japanese government. So I don't know, you can. So this is the Japanese government from so this Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communication. So this is so what you can see here is basically is they induced but this is in Japanese. So this the case actually is induced by Japanese government. So can this 172-page document from Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications of Japan. So there's lots of simply results about RunPlan professionals and etc. Then you can look at that's the exact scenario in this in this in the block you see. So see all these video simulations are used, UEs and etc. All these are differentiation. You look at study the differentiations, the transmissions, reflections, and etc. And if you can read Japanese, I can guarantee you this in this document said it's very accurate. The prediction is match the measurement very well. So if so yes, that's all from RunPlan software. So what else? It's also actually it's not only used for smart factories. In this case, also in Japan, this is used in agriculture. So probably you can see some things are like I don't know whether it's agriculture. It's not only for the factories indoors. This is see this area for agriculture. This is also induced by this Japanese government as well for the use of RunPlan. So basically, the RunPlan Professional is the de facto standard for private 5G network planning and deployment in Japan. So and also in Korea, in Taiwan, in these Asia regions, and also in mainland China, in Hong Kong. So these are widely adopted RunPlan already. So so that is you can see now you can see RunPlan in this document. It's not everywhere, but you see is they use this software to study this. Let me get back to my presentation. So there are many other softwares as sorry, there are many other digital documents. If you are interested, for example, there's a short video on message memos, and also there's a short videos on private 5G network plannings, and because we do not include because of O-RAN equipment we studied in the project, we have not found, for example, a message memo O-RAN device. That's why I could not provide this kind of simulation. But there's one message memos, optimizations, simulations in this video. So if you are interested, please have a look. And also there's some videos about HeadNet, about tunnels, about stadium, and etc. I think I can also find on some of the website as well. Let me tunnels. Yes. Let's look at this quickly. This tunnel. So you can, of course, tunnels are also similar, I would say, to the to mines. So if we can model tunnels, we can model mines. Our software is used to model on the underground, right, for this So if you look at all these tunnels modelings, we have very sophisticated, most advanced tunnel modeling capabilities all the software you see. So the different this you can model this carriage. So you can not only model the tunnel but also the carriage as well. Therefore, you can. This is the network design. This network, I think, is using some radiating cables. So this calculate the diabetes of these tunnels. You can see the signals inside the tunnel. You can not only so you can see how this animation is one of the features of the software. It's not for the video. It's part of the feature of itself. So that's a in keyboard simulations. You can also simulate the competitive network. You can not only the tunnel itself, you can see the overground as well. So you can see this whole complex structures in details in one software, both the underground, overground, and also if you want to extend to the city area, for example, for 50 square kilometers or even larger, you can use our software as well. All this will be done with that software. So we have this true 3D building modeling. So it's a model of the entire video topologies for the outdoors, indoors, and also overground, underground, be it tunnels, mines, and etc. So that's I think that's all from my side. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Actually, there's a lot of questions that we want to answer right now. So let's start with Jason. He mentioned that, hi sir, what is a device to test that kind of KPI? Is it only a phone? Yeah, I mean, when after the simulation, they want to test the accuracy of the simulation. What device do they need to do to use? Is it only phone, or are there any other?
Oh, okay. So that's a very good question. So we can the devices, of course, we usually follow this 3GPP standardization. They have this, for example, they have Cat 1 UEs, Cat 2 UEs, Cat 6 UEs, etc. All these could be already modeled in our software. So you can choose a different kind of devices following 3GPP standard about UE capability.
Okay, thank you. Next question is coming from Arnel. Is the software simulator free to download like a Cisco Packet Tracer?
No, it's we have a kind of free software. It's called Vira for mobile operators and some for mobile operators and some others if they want to open a designed network.
Okay, thank you. Next would be coming from Clint. During the deployment of ORAN in UK, what are the challenges encountered by your team or company with regards to wireless and data communication?
The challenge. I think maybe the challenge for ORAN is now is slightly I would say behind the the behind the schedule. I would say so.
Mhm.
That's one of the challenge. The other thing, if you think at the ORAN, in my opinion, if you look at the different split of ORAN in terms of RU, DU, and CUs. That's if you want to simulate the kind of end-to-end ORAN network, it's going to be very challenging. Very challenging. The other thing is because of that's the ORAN process itself. There's a number of interfaces. When the number of interfaces increase, so it's going to, in terms of some of the deployment, probably is more prone to some of these security issues. So that's not something that we can solve. We can only, let's say, if I give a kind of ORAN network device, we can do our software just to do the best in terms of the performance. So we do if there's a difference different technical specifications from different vendors, our software can also tell the performance difference between different vendors as well.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Next, coming from Genesis, for the outdoor simulations, do Runplan provide the geo data or the 3D maps, or does it come from third parties like, for example, the Loxcarta, or does the user need to create it from the ground up, just like with the indoor simulation? So, do we need to buy a separate map?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, I'm not sure if the situation in Philippines, in the UK, this outdoor geography information system could be found freely. This is provided by UK government, and also in South Korea, the government also provides this kind of a digital map as well. I think it varies from country to country. But on the other hand, if you need some of this more detailed, high resolution in terms of, for example, is 1 meter, one meter. Even you can buy from different vendors as the one you mentioned. We have also different partners in Asia, and that's entity data. So to provide you with this digital map for the outdoor.
Okay. Okay. Next question would be coming from Roel. Does it have traffic forecast analysis feature?
Yeah, it's we do not have this traffic focused features at the moment, but of course this what you can do is to get the data from your network, some of this traffic information. It could be obtained from your core network. Therefore, we can use this to where this traffic takes place, and etc. So you probably based on this, we can also help you to identify in terms of this which buildings will be could have dedicated in building network, for example.
Okay.
Also, we have we have participated or even leading a number of data analytic projects. One of these is we do with the University of Cambridge and also here in Italy, IMDEA in Spain, and also Auray Lab in France. Is called Big Data Analytics for radio access networks. So in this project, we analyze both the spatial and temporal temporal distributions of traffic for not only for aggregated traffic but for individual service type. For example, this may be video streaming, for example, or this is very typical for. Therefore, we will help our operators to optimize their networks and also do the network slicing as well in the future. But this project is ongoing. We do not have a kind of a commercial product for this at the moment. So I can find something. For example, if we go to some of our research, yes, while you look at some research project. Let's see. This is the one, for example, for the more information. Yeah. So you can from the European Commission's website about this project. So we do with so Runplan is connected by, so you see we do some of the traffic analysis, but this is not commercial yet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Professor G. Next question would be a follow-up question with from Clint. In addition, what are the best system applications you recommend when it comes to digitalization in the Philippine government, which was also deployed in foreign countries such as Japan and UK?
Yeah. I think is one of the things we need to is to digitalize some of the buildings. In particular, can start from if it started from some of the public owned these areas, outdoors, indoors, and to let them digitalized and these digitalizations also in terms of environment and also the networks as well. I think it's going to be very then from this we can move towards the digital the kind of smart cities in the future. There must be I think it's going to be it should come from both directions. One direction is government-led initiatives. The other should be come from this individual, be a university, for example, or be enterprise and etc. So combine these two from this. If we work towards this both direction, we are going to meet somewhere and to achieve the digitalization of some of the key, at least some of the big key areas we are of interest in terms of large cities like Manila and some other larger metropolitan areas and etc.
Okay, thank you, Professor G.
Thank
Next question is, can an outdoor coverage prediction, like for example, coming from other software suites like Force Atoll, Mentum Planet, can be imported to Runplan?
Yes.
Somebody
yeah,
about
yes. Quick question.
planning.
Quick answer is
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably there's a lot of questions coming in. I'll just select some of the important points. From Rinaldo, Sir Zhang, there is this thing I encountered online called the LiDAR. The software in the video is a different one from that which is used in LiDAR. So is it different from the LiDAR? Probably he's asking about what's the difference between LiDAR and the model that you have used in the Runplan.
Okay.
How do you do the
LiDAR data is in a format of point cloud. I think this is the support of point cloud is in our roadmap. That's also what the reason of this is also some of this modelings of smart factories, for example, pretty is easier just using LiDAR to scan the full scenarios and etc. So, but we need to process this point cloud data into what we think of is into BIM format, into the standardization of BIM stand for Building Information Modeling. So therefore, it becomes quite uniformly used. And also, we encourage all the software vendors, all the other software vendors to move to this platform. Therefore, we can truly, in terms of this data format, is interoperate. This is also well aligned with the openness promoted by ORAN committee as well. So we are strong supporter of moving all the data, all the data related to video network planning or this description of the environment to some of this open format in terms is like a BIM. So therefore now we can support all this LiDAR, as long as we can transform this LiDAR data from point cloud into BIM. Then we can be supported.
Okay.
This should be a direction. This should be the direction for the industry. But there's some obstacles. We are strong supporters of this kind of initiatives.
Okay. Next question, Professor G, is Ranplan Wireless available to use in the Philippines?
Yeah, of course. Actually, one thing is I would like to, if you have you can, yes, also, if you feel it's more convenient for you to reach out to Richard, please do so.
Maybe we'll try another session with Professor G to try it in the Philippines. I believe a lot of them are very interested in this tool. And some of them already have some idea about the other tools. But I think this is the first time they see this Ranplan and amazed that can be used in an outdoor and indoor as well. Because most of them are separate, right? You have a separate tool for indoor and then you have a separate tool for outdoor. But right now, here in the Ranplan Wireless, you combine the two.
It's the only true combined indoor and outdoor regional planning tools on the planet of Earth at the moment. It's true 3D modeling for both outdoor and indoors.
Yeah, including a 3D modeling.
Yeah, we are also very kind of forward thinking as well, because we are kind of background is from research. I was the first person, I think, openly promote at that time is indoor window sales to outdoor. So this created some of this heterogeneous network problem, which we have pioneered in some of this like EIC, etc.
Great. Okay, another question, Professor Jai. I hope we still have some time. So let me just choose one thing. Yeah, this one's interesting. Are there any design certifications being provided by Ranplan, similar to other vendors?
Yes. Yes.
So you can be a Ranplan certified engineer.
Yes, true. That's right. Absolutely true.
This one. Good evening, Sir Zhang. Is it possible for the engineers that we could join for any trainings or programs with the help of your expertise in ORAN?
Yeah, we are more happy to work with, as I said, we promote this openness. We are more than happy to work with the committee to promote ORAN and also to promote good practice of ORAN network design or 5G audio video design or IoT network design in general.
Yep. Okay. Let me acknowledge first the presence of Dr. Maria Bibi. Hello, Dr. Maria.
Hi. Professor Ji Zhang, I was wondering if, related to the question, is it possible for the engineers that we could join for any trainings? Maybe we can have a further discussion on having a set of training programs with through the Asia Open RAN Academy with your wearing your academic hat.
Oh, that's a very interesting. And also the good thing is not only can train really alpha designer with the best practice, and also if we think verified by some of the mobile operators in the region, see 20 or 30% of CAPEX, OPEX. This is a very big number for Philippines.
Yep.
This is also, of course, this is environment friendly as well. As a human beings, I think I always said to my students, the biggest challenge now is the relationship between human beings and the environment. If we do not do anything now, probably human beings will disappear in 100 years. This is very true, in my opinion, actually. So therefore, this is really, if you look at the Rappler logos, it has green Rappler logos. So we really want to enhance both the energy efficiencies and the redistribution efficiencies by to provide this kind of training. I think it's going to benefit the country, the Philippines.
That's great. And then following up on the question about certification, being a certified RAN plan, I suppose there's a set of questions. There's a set of courses that people take.
Yes, we have 3 levels. The first level is kind of essentials. The second level is going to be kind of medium level alpha designer. The third level is kind of quite good already. Yes, so it takes up to, I think, it depends on, it could be 3 days, could be 1 week.
Okay, no, that's good. That's one of the things I'll follow up with you in terms of like some kind of a partnership with between Asia Open RAN Academy and either RAN plan or the university or both.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of questions, but we're running out of time. So let me share my screen. Professor G, thank you, Dr. Maria, for the questions, and Professor G for answering and presenting your slides. Let me just share my screen. So let's award the certification, the certificate of appreciation to Professor Ji Zhang for a grateful acknowledgement of his or her of his engagement and insightful academic contribution as a resource speaker in imparting unparalleled knowledge and expertise in O-RAN simulation for some typical use cases during the USAID webinar on advancing Open RAN in Asia, funded by the United States Agency for International Development, Asia Bureau, and its Asia Open RAN Access Network activity under the Indo-Pacific Opportunity Program, held on January 28, 2023 via Zoom meeting from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Again, thank you very much, Professor G. And before we let him go, let's give Professor G a virtual round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you, Richard. Right. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, actually. Thank you all. It's really my pleasure. I really do. I hope all of you is going to enjoy some of our discussion.
Yeah, we really also enjoy your discussion, and I really hope that it triggers a lot of interest from the participants about the tools.
Yeah, there's one more question. Hardware requirements required to run the software?
Yes, it's a kind of medium to high end of PC will be fine. And also we also move to the cloud as well.
Okay. Okay,
I-
so
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll send you the questions that have not been answered now, and hopefully a professor can collect all the answers in one email.
Yes, I will.
Great. And maybe have a copy of the slides.
Mhm.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, thank you, everyone. We hope to see you in the next webinar. Richard, what's our next webinar?
Yep. So our future trainings and schedules for the month of February are also interesting. Policy considerations, AI and Open RAN in 2023, and Open RAN for private networks, health and medical toolkits. So one of the use cases, hot use cases in Open RAN. And before you go, make sure to fill out the feedback form so you can get your certificate of attendance and participation. And before you go, please like, share, follow, and find us on Facebook for more
Oh, and-
information on updated events.
We have a new time slot in February.
It's still the same 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
According to Tony, it's different time.
Different. Okay, we'll just inform and update na lang po sana sa Facebook natin and through the email.
I think it's gonna be in the morning, 9 to
Mm.
10 a.m. on Saturdays.
That is on February. So from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So meron tayong new time slot. Okay? And again, thank you all. Thank you everyone for attending our webinar for tonight. Thank you, Professor G, and hope to see you again next week for more fruitful webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to reach out to you, Professor Ji Xiang, for our longer term
Yeah.
engagement with between Asia Open RAN Academy and you wearing your UK hat, university hat, as well as your industry hat.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. My pleasure. That's what we will do. That's what I founded this company and also do some of this research. It's for the community.
Right, so we can brainstorm some, like maybe the certification program, as well as the participation in some of your research of some of the, those who are at that stage, at that point in terms of being able to do research and their interest in the same topic and so on. So actually, with the Asia Open RAN Academy, we have several universities in the Philippines that are part of it. University of the Philippines, Ateneo de Manila, De La Salle, University of Santo Tomas.
Okay.
And we're reaching out also to the state universities and colleges to have further outreach to the rural areas in the Philippines. So I think the university partnership would be something, as Richard says, fruitful, productive.
Yes, I would be very interested.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Professor G, Dr. Maria, and Achi.